Observation of physical inventory count. The Lakeside Company of Richmond, Virginia takes a physical count of its inventory at the end of each calendar year. The company traditionally carries out this procedure on the first Sunday in January. Inventory levels are relatively low at this time of year. Each manager and assistant manager normally counts the merchandise within his or her own store, while members of Lakeside's inventory department determine the quantity at the company warehouse. Since Lakeside maintains perpetual inventory balances, the final count for every item can be reconciled to the company inventory records as of December 31st. All significant variations between the quantity physically present and the perpetual records are double-checked at a later date. The independent CPA firm of Abernethy and Chapman decides that because of the material nature of the inventory balances, observation of the January 3, 2013 count will be required. Dan Klein, audit partner for the engagement, suggests that the firm observe the physical inventory taken at the warehouse, as well as the count made at 2 of the company's 6 stores. These 2 stores will be selected at random. Wallace Andrews, the audit manager on this engagement, is assigned to discuss the planning of this process with members of Lakeside management. Because this year's audit is the first for Abernethy and Chapman, Klein wants assurance that the physical inventory procedures are appropriate. Thus, both he and Andrews carefully review a copy of the memo that is distributed to all members of the Lakeside counting team. This memo is designed to ensure that all personnel understand fully the tasks that they are to perform. As can be seen from the memo in 8.1, Lakeside utilizes a tag system for counting inventory. Prior to the actual count, the inventory is separated into groups of like items. Employees then complete and attach a pre-numbered tag to each group. This tag includes a description of the merchandise and the quantity present. Later, after the entire inventory has been counted and tagged, the lower portion of each tag is detached and returned to the controller's office for listing. This list provides Lakeside with a record of all merchandise presently being held. Subsequently, the controller's office inserts a unit cost for each of these items. The total cost is then computed by multiplying the quantity times the unit cost. These individual amounts are added to arrive at the gross cost of the January 3 ending inventory. Lakeside still has to roll this figure back to the December 31st balance by removing the effects of any January 1st and January 2nd transactions. As the final step in this process, the December 31st adjusted total must be reduced by any discounts taken in acquiring the current merchandise. The resulting balance will be reported as the cost of Lakeside's inventory. Carol Mitchell has been assigned by Abernethy and Chapman to observe the physical inventory taken at the client's warehouse. Prior to January 3rd, she reviews Lakeside's physical inventory. Prior to January 3rd, she reviews Lakeside's physical inventory memo. provide herself with an understanding of the process being used. On that Saturday morning, Mitchell arrives just before 8 a.m. and begins her work by discussing the counting procedures with the Lakeside employees who are present. She then proceeds to the inventory department's files and locates all receiving reports and bills of lading for the past week. She records these document numbers and their dates, as well as the quantity and description of the merchandise received and shipped. When Mitchell returns to the actual count, she has several specific audit tasks to perform. She verifies that the tags are consecutively numbered. She observes and evaluates the reliability of the procedures being utilized by the client. Lakeside uses a two-person system whereby one individual counts the inventory while the other records the relevant information on the tags. Mitchell makes certain that all employees understand their tasks and are following the instructions properly. She examines the client's inventory for any sign of damage, obsolescence. Wow. Or other problems that would prevent the merchandise from being sold at normal prices. She searches for any evidence that might disclose inventory items being held on consignment or that for some other reason did not belong to Lakeside. She also searches for inventory that is hidden or overlooked in the counting process. After all items have been counted and tagged, she records the last tag number that was used. On a sample basis, she counts the inventory actually present to ascertain that this quantity agrees with the figure listed on the tag. She records each of these test counts in her audit documents. She authorizes the employees to collect the inventory tags. After Mitchell completes her inventory observation, she documents her findings in the audit document presented in A3. Several days later, she receives a complete listing of the company's inventory from Lakeside. The portion relating to the warehouse count is reproduced in A4. This inventory has been costed using a master price list furnished by Cypress Products. Also, as can be seen at the bottom of A4, Lakeside has already adjusted the total count for inventory transactions occurring on January 1st and 2nd. Further reduction is made for the 3% cash discount available from Cypress, as well as monthly discounts offered on selected items. Thus, the physical inventory in the warehouse as of December 31st, 2012 had a cost to Lakeside of this amount. On that same date, the company's perpetual records indicate a balance of this amount, so that a year-end reduction of $13,824.66 is necessary to reconcile the accounting records with the inventory count. What? Oh. Like, what percentage is that? What percent of difference? 13,800 divided by 1 for 1,200. That is about a 1% difference. Less than 1% difference. Maybe less than 1% difference is really not that big of a difference. Wait, okay, fine, we'll get an exact number. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it, everything. I mean, ooh. The exact amount is 0.00979. Okay, why would they want to overcount it? Let's see. Well, if they wanted to overcount, they completely failed. Not a problem. They did not. Their ending count ended up way less than their. So, but why would they want to overcount? How would that help? How would that help you to overcount? Gosh dang it, how? The more inventory you have. Maybe if you overcount. Well. Oh, I don't know. Why would they overcount it? Would that decrease their income or something? No, wait. I don't know why it would overcounting would help. Gosh dang it. How does that help? I don't know. Oh. I don't know. But how are you even supposed to figure out the answer to that? What happens? I don't care. Memo. We will count the inventory at all of the lakeside stores, as well as the warehouse, on January 3rd. Each of the store managers will be responsible for the physical inventory at their store. The inventory department will count the merchandise here at the warehouse. You should plan to perform the following steps. Preliminary. During the week prior to the 3rd, ship out all inventory that has been sold so that it will not be accidentally counted. Isolate and label any inventory that does not belong to Lakeside. These items will include merchandise returned for repair, as well as sold inventory that could not be shipped out at this time. Isolate and label any damaged inventory or other items where marketability has been impaired. Group similar inventory items. Counting will be easier and quicker. For example, all radios of a particular type are already together. Make certain that you have enough pre-numbered inventory tags. These tags should be picked up at the warehouse by Friday afternoon. You should have at least 200 tags. Verify that the numbers are sequential and that no numbers are missing. Inform all employees who will be assisting in the count of their responsibilities. Give each of these employees a copy of this memo and ask them to read it prior to the third counting procedures. Have all employees arrive by 8 a.m. on January 3rd. We normally assume that 2 people can count a store's entire inventory in about 4 to 6 hours. 8 people will be needed to count the warehouse inventory. You may ask more employees to assist, but remember that they must be paid overtime wage rates. A member of the auditing firm of Abernethy and Chapman may be present to observe your count. If an auditor is on hand, this individual should be given full cooperation and allowed to perform any procedures considered necessary. Divide the employees into 2-member counting teams. Before the actual count begins, review all instructions with each team. 1 member of each team should count the inventory while the other records the quantity, the type of item, and the Cypress serial number on a pre-numbered inventory tag. The tag should then be attached at a prominent place on the inventory items. Tags must be used sequentially. All tags should be completed in ink. If a change needs to be made on a tag, the original data should be marked down and the correction entered. The person making the alteration must initial the change. To ensure that unauthorized changes are not made, no erasures are permitted. If any tags have to be voided, write void across the face. These tags should be saved and returned with the unused tags. Each team is responsible for counting all inventory within the assigned areas. Any items not counted should be clearly labeled, giving the reasons for exclusion. When a team has counted and tagged all inventory, the person in charge of the count should be informed. The in-charge employee will examine the area to ensure that all merchandise is tagged. The auditor should be allowed to perform whatever tests are considered necessary. After both the in-charge employee and the auditor have completed the review, the counting team will return and remove the bottom portion of each tag. The counting team sorts the tags into numerical order, making certain that all tags are present. When all tags are located, the in-charge employee should bring them directly to the company office and give them to me in the afternoon. If any problems arise, call me at the company office immediately. Sample inventory tag. The heck? Why is Edward Thomas worse? Team. Why does it say this number? This is different. Never mind.